Hi, my name is Pres Pacheco. This is FTT 104, week 4 assignment, last assignment. And for this project, I'll be doing a full disassemble of my SIG P390 X5 Legion. So let's get started. All right, so first things first, we're gonna make sure we clear and make sure the weapon is safe. So drop the magazine, lock the slide back, visually check that there's no ammunition in there. Also check the magazine well, weapon is unsafe. So our first step is we're just gonna do the field strip. So for the field strip, turn this takedown lever, release the slide, and then now I got my handguard and my slide. So with the slide, take apart the spring and the spring guide, as well as the bolt. So now we have our, all right, so now we're gonna remove our extractor plunger. So if you can see, there's a little release button right there. I'm gonna push on it. As I push on it, I'm gonna push this back plate down so it comes out. I'm gonna remove my extractor plunger. My extractor falls out as well. And my striker fire. All right, now we're gonna do our striker fire assembly. So for striker fire assembly, we're gonna push the spring down and remove these two cups. Then we're gonna remove the spring itself. And then this little lever right here, take that apart, and there's this tiny little spring that comes out. It fell out, but I got it right here. This tiny little spring. The spring goes in this little groove right here. So let's put that spring on the side. I got my striker pin, and in here we have another spring in here that I need to get out. So I'll take this part out, and there's a little tiny spring that just pops out. And that's as much as we can break that down. Okay, now that I got all that set aside, we're gonna work on the lower receiver. So take out the firing control unit. I'm gonna pull out this takedown lever. All you do is just pull it out, separate it, and then we'll pull out firing control unit, and we'll set this on the side. Before we continue, there is usually a little wide mag well that goes on here, and all it is just a screw with it, a hex screw. I don't normally have the gun like that, which is why I don't have it. And I don't remember where I put it. So before we continue to that, we're gonna remove the magazine release. This one's a bit tricky, so I'm gonna push down on the magazine release. And then if you look right behind there, I don't know if you can see it, there's a tiny little hole in there. So get yourself either an Allen wrench or a really hard paper clip. And then this one might take a bit, but I'm gonna push it. While I'm pushing, push that paper clip in and try to get that secondary part right there out. There. So that'll come out. So now, take this out, and the magazine release will come right out. On the magazine release, we got this little spring right here. And that's pretty much it on that. So, I'm gonna set these on the side. And then, we'll get into this. So first we're gonna start with the slide lock. Take out the slide lock. We just take out this little bolt here. Remove the slide lock. And there is a spring that sits on this slide lock, just like that. So we'll put that on the side. All right, so I'm gonna take apart the trigger bar and spring. So the spring, I'm just gonna get it unhooked from here, pushing it down. And then I'll take this spring out. Then, all right, next we're gonna take the safety takedown lever, but we're gonna remove the trigger stop first, which is this little pin right here. I'm just gonna pull it out. All right, I'll take this out. I'm just gonna kind of push it out. And this comes out. All right, we're gonna take out the sear now. So start with this small one at the top, push that out, pull the pin out. Then I'm gonna push this middle pin out. And then from there, we just turn it over. And there you go, our sear spring. All right, the last part we got is this little dinosaur head. So for this, I need to punch out this pin. So now that we got the pin out, I'll just pull this guy out with the dinosaur. And that's the complete breakdown of the whole gun. So now we're gonna reassemble it. All right, so our little dinosaur dude, got him in there. Put this back inside. I gotta get this pin back in. Okay. All right, next we're gonna assemble the sear. This one's a little bit tricky to get on. You gotta line it up. That loose piece right there. And I grab my middle pin. I push it in there until I lock that in. Then I'll grab this guy with the two little springs, push it in. So I'm gonna push down and back. Grab my smaller pin. There we go. Now I got that. All right, so now we're gonna do a takedown lever. So stick this in here, and I gotta move this spring back right here. And then I push this pin in. All right, now I'm gonna do the trigger. First thing I'm gonna do is slide it through. Back it up just a little bit. All right, now we're gonna put the slide lock back in. So put the spring in there. And put the pin in. All right, now I'm gonna do the magazine release. So I got the spring in there. I'm gonna push this through. It's gonna feed all the way through to the other side. And then once that's through, I'm gonna grab this piece that locks in. And I'm just gonna push it all the way down till it locks. So we got that guy in. Let's go ahead and put our firing control unit back in. And this one, sometimes a little tricky to get on there. All right, now we're gonna put the striker together. Start with this little tiny spring. Stick this guy in the groove. Get this up there. I gotta get this tiny little pin, or tiny little spring in there, in that little groove. Now while I compress this little trigger thing, lever. Put this inside, pin, striker pin, compress the spring. I'm gonna put these half cuppings. Perfect. So now I got that. And that works. All right. Now we're gonna stick these back in. Striker goes in. Extract the plunger. Put the extractor in. I'm holding the extractor. I'm gonna slide this back plate on top while simultaneously compressing I had the back plate the wrong way. There you go. All right, where'd it go? Let's try this again. So redo this again. Took out the plate just a little bit. Need to push the plunger in. Lock that in. And now slide is together. Now the slide's together, I'm gonna put the bolt back in. Spring, oh, sorry, bolt's the wrong way. Here we go. Spring is in. Compress the spring. All right, we're gonna try this again. Compress the spring. All right, got that in. And take down lever, release, it fires, pop out, metallic click. And that's the end.